Megan here. I'm super excited today to share a quick yoga practice which is designed specifically for your shoulders, upper back, and neck. I know that if you're a student or you work behind a desk, this can be an area that can get really sore and tense. And some people just hold a lot of tension in that area. So that's what the class is going to be targeted towards today. It's not very long. All you're going to need is just a little space to sit down, just like what I have here, a place where you feel safe and cozy, and that's pretty much it. So just a reminder that I'm here just to guide you through your practice and that your body knows best. So make sure that you listen to your body, and if something doesn't feel right for you, you can modify or just not do the pose and continue on whenever you feel ready. So what we're going to do is we're just going to begin with allowing ourselves to really arrive and take a moment to ground ourselves. So I invite you to take one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. And close your eyes or soften your gaze. And just begin to take in a few big deep breaths. Really allowing the air to fill your hands as your belly expands and contracts. Ready, slowly open your eyes, bring your hands down, and we're going to begin with some shoulder rolls. So we're going to inhale to bring the shoulders up towards the ears, and then as we exhale, we bring the shoulder blades together. Inhale, shoulders come up, and then exhale, shoulder blades come together. So as you're going through this movement, really thinking about opening up through the chest as you're bringing those shoulder blades together. Okay, and you can go as fast or as slow as what feels good for you. Good. And then we're just going to switch directions. We're going to do the exact same thing. So as we inhale, the shoulder blades come up and forward. Good. And so for this one, instead of opening up through the chest, we're really thinking of creating space in the back, in between the shoulder blades. Good. Let's do that a few more times. One more time. And just shake the arms out. Let's bring our arms up to 90 degrees. Take a deep breath in. Bring the hands and the elbows together. And then exhale, opening up through the arms, coming back to the center. Inhale, bring the elbows and hands together. And then exhale, opening through the chest. Inhale. And exhale. And if it feels good for your body, you can do a little bit of a back bend if you'd like as you're coming up. So looking up towards the sky or the ceiling. Just doing this a few more times. Creating space through the front and back body here. Good. And release the arms back down. The next thing we're going to do is a little bit of stretch in through the neck. So just a reminder, this is a really vulnerable area in the body, so just really making sure that you listen to whatever your range of motion in your neck is. There should never be any pain, and if there is, then maybe this isn't a pose that you should do. So just really listening to your body. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin to bring our right ear towards our right shoulder. So getting a nice stretch through the side of the neck here. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Good. And from here, you're going to keep your neck exactly how it is, except what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it towards the right. So now my gaze is looking down towards my right armpit. So we're feeling a stretch along the side of the neck, and you may even feel something all the way down to the top of your shoulder blade. One more nice big deep breath here. Good. Slowly rotate your head back to the center and then come back up to a neutral position. Awesome, we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. So let's bring the left ear towards the left shoulder, keeping those shoulders relaxed. Slowly, we're going to rotate the head towards the left, and the gaze goes towards the left armpit. One more nice big deep breath. Slowly rotate your head back to the center, and then come up to a neutral position. Awesome. So we're just going to take in a few deep breaths together just to give the body some nice energy. So let's inhale, reach the arms, lengthening the spine, and exhale your hands into heart center. Inhale, reach all the way up towards the ceiling, lengthening the spine, and exhale, hands to heart center. Good. One more big deep breath in, reach all the way up. And exhale to heart center. Good. All right, so from here, what we're gonna do is you're just gonna place your right hand on top of your right knee, and you're gonna bring your left arm behind you. So we're sitting up nice and tall, and then we're just gonna come into a seated twist here. So gaze goes behind you, again, really lengthening through the spine. Slowly bring your gaze back to the center, and then bring your body back to the center. Good. So we're going to do the same thing again on the other side. So right hand goes on the left knee. The left arm goes behind you, sitting up nice and tall, coming into the seated twist. This is such a nice thing to do for our spine. Feels so good. Good. And then slowly come back to the center. Interlace your hands, your fingers, and then point your elbows up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, push your fingers away from you, the palms of your fingers away from you. You're just hinging forward slightly, opening up through the top of the back. And then as you exhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Big roll with your shoulders. Reach behind you, and then come back to the center. We're going to do that 2 more times. Interlace the hands, elbows up towards the ceiling, pushing your palms away from you, hinging forward, opening up through the top of the back. Reach the arms up all the way towards the ceiling, big circles with your arms, all the way until they touch the floor behind you. And come back to the center. Let's do that one last time. Interlace your hands, elbows up towards the ceiling, pushing your palms away, hinging forward. Reaching all the way up towards the ceiling. Big shoulder roll. until your arms or your fingertips come down onto the mat. And come back to the center. Good. Place your right hand down onto the mat. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Really stretching out through the left side of the body. It's so important for us to take care of those intercostal muscles. It really allows us to breathe with ease, with no restriction. Come back to the center and then switch sides. Lift the right arm up. Good. Come back to the center. Let's do that one more time on each side. Good. Last time. Good. And come on back to the center. Awesome. So last thing we're going to do before we make our way onto the mat, we're going to bring our arms into that 90-degree angle again. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to bring our right arm across our body, take our left arm underneath. So we're stretching out through the side of the shoulders. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves a nice big hug. So you're going to lift your elbows up, place your hands on your shoulders if that's accessible to you, and lift your elbows up. So a lot of us may feel a sensation in through the back of our back, so the upper part of our back in between the shoulder blades. And give your lovely self a nice big squeeze. And relax the arms, give them a shake, back to 90 degrees. This time what we're going to do is take the left arm across the body, bring the right arm under, stretching again through the sides of the shoulders. Good. Bring the elbows up, place your palms on top of your shoulder, and give yourself a nice big hug. And release your arms. Give them a nice shake. Good. So from here, we're going to come into a tabletop position. So what we really want to think about is our wrists are going to be underneath our shoulders and our knees are going to be underneath our hips. Make sure that your fingers are spread nice and wide. And from here, we're going to come and do a few cat-cows. So as we inhale, our belly is going to drop and our head comes forward. And then as we exhale, push the ground away from you, chin to chest, really lifting through the chest here. And inhale, belly drops, heads forward. And exhale, rounding through the spine. So just doing this a few times, your own speed, your own breath. And come back into a neutral position. So from here, what we are going to do is we're going to inhale to lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring that arm underneath your chest, eventually coming all the way down onto your mat so that your right cheek rests on the mat. So we're really stretching out through the back of the shoulders here. So for some of us, this might be more than enough. If you'd like a little more, take that left arm and walk it to the upper corner of your mat, the upper left corner of your mat. I'm just taking a few deep breaths here. If your arm is at the top of your mat, if your hand's at the top of your mat, slowly bring that hand beside your cheek. Push yourself up. Nice and slowly. We're in no rush here. Reposition yourself, coming back into that neutral position. And when you're ready, inhale, lift the left arm up. And then as you exhale, bring the arm underneath your chest so that that left cheek lays onto the mat. And then if you'd like a little more, take that right arm and bring it to the top corner of your mat. Beautiful. Take that right hand beside your cheek, push yourself up. Coming back into that neutral position. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to come into a child's pose. So your toes can come together. We're just going to sit back on our heels. If that's not accessible to you, it can be nice just to put a pillow or a blanket there. And then we're going to bring our forehead down onto the mat or onto a pillow or a block or any sort of prop that you have available to you. And we're going to make this an active child's pose. So our elbows are up off the mat, our forehead is down onto the mat. I'm just taking in a few big deep breaths. Really thinking of breathing into the back body, breathing into the upper, mid, and lower back. So maybe you'd like to stay as you are. If you'd like a little more, what we're going to do is you're going to bring your elbows onto the mat, bring your hands together, and then you're just going to bring your hands to the back of your neck. So stretching out through the triceps, a nice stretch in through the chest and the upper back. One more deep breath. Bring your arms forward, and from here just scoot your knees together and bring your arms beside you with your palms facing up. And totally allow yourself to relax. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly push yourself back up, just coming up nice and slowly. Making your way into a seated position. Bring your hands into heart center. And taking a moment to thank yourself for taking a few moments out of your day to really honor and nurture your body. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.